Set 3. Question 25. Make 3 true we statements. For instance, we are both in this room feeling blank. 1. We are both not physically in the same room. At least I hope we're not. 2. We enjoy each other's company. Hopefully, if you've made it this far, I hope you love me because I like you. Number 3, we both seek truth and fear it. Question 26. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share a long-term friendship. I have had a hard time maintaining friendships because as a kid I moved around a lot, so I don't have a lot of close friends from high school. This kind of hindered my ability to make friends in college. I'm so used to leaving people and seeing people leave me that sometimes I think, what's the point of making friends when one of us are inevitably going to leave? I was a senior in university when COVID happened, and I never got to say goodbye to a lot of my friends in uni. I have not maintained a relationship with them, but when I was a senior for the first time, I felt like I had hope. I felt like I had the most friends I've ever had, and then COVID happened and I lost track. I am friendly with a lot of people, but I don't have a lot of close friends. People like me, but I'm never wanted in places, just accepted. Question 27. If you were going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for them to know. I'm overdramatic. I panic at times, and it can be scary for myself and other people. At this point, take my fear and feelings seriously, but don't take what I say seriously. A lot of times I just need help calming down so I can see clearly. I have had a hard time expressing my feelings, so if I just start talking about something random, that means I like you and want to spend time with you. Question 28. Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met. All of these questions about the audience are getting harder to answer, y'all. If you decide to join this journey, I'm excited to learn from you and get to know you. Every person you meet in life has something to teach you, though not all lessons are good and easy, so I'm looking forward to learning with you. Question 29. Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life. I was probably in elementary school and my sister was in middle school when this happened. She was playing in a basketball tournament. I was there with my mom watching the game. During one of them, I went to a bake sale and I got a cupcake. I bought 2 of them, one for myself, the other for my sister. I ate mine while watching the game. It was good. The game ends. I start walking across the court to give my sister her cupcake. I tripped and fell on my belly, but I saved the cupcake. I look up and I see the entire team just staring at me. They aren't sure if I am hurt yet, so we are all in this suspended silence. They are waiting to see if I am hurt or if they can laugh. And I say, while still on the ground, here's your cupcake. And then they will start laughing at me. I was embarrassed, but not in a mean way. My slip made a lot of people happy. Embarrassment is a choice, and most of the times I choose not to feel it. Question 30. When did you last cry in front of another person? By yourself? So the last time I cried in front of a person was at a Thai restaurant. A friend was moving across the country the next day, and I was getting dinner with him and a couple of other people. A different friend asked me about my job, and I started tearing up a bit. I was trying to express how I am frustrated with my lack of guidance I have at work. I keep on making mistakes that inconvenience my coworkers. I'm learning a lot, but constantly failing is not a good feeling.
As a person, I am a crier. I cry all the time over good things, over bad things, just because I want a good cry. So I can't really tell you specifically when the last time I cried was, but it was probably last week over something kind of stupid. Or something kind of fun. I also cry in movies. If a movie is bad, if a movie is just visually stunning or really good, or there's an incredible scene, I will cry. So overall, I cry by myself quite a lot.
Question 31. Tell your partner something that you really like about them already. Audience, you are a really good listener, and I do appreciate you being here. Question 32. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? I do not think anything is too serious to be joked about in the proper context. I do not have a lot of issues with subject matter, but I do think jokes can be really tacky due to timing and context. If you are making an edgy joke, you really have to know your audience. Twitter is not the place for edgy jokes. If you do make one, you must know your audience will understand it and like it, and you also have to accept that you will get criticism from people outside of your audience. If someone makes a joke I don't like, I simply move on my life. If it really bugs me, I'll unfollow them, but I won't join a parade of people to complain or try to cancel them. That requires too much energy, and I'm too busy already. I live by the rule of say whatever you want, but do not make it personally about me. That's when you've crossed the line. When you are being mean and punching down on a specific person. Now, I wouldn't say I'm a free speech absolutist. I do not think people should be able to protest funerals. I don't care how awful or horrible the person is, but they should not be joked about or protested at a funeral. People deserve to have a dignified funeral or burial, not necessarily for them, mostly for the family that is burying them. Joke about them and criticize them at any other time in any other form of media, but just not directly at the funeral. So to circle back to the original question, make whatever jokes you want publicly, but just don't make it at a funeral. Question 33. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone, and why haven't you told them yet? I would like to apologize to a couple people for things I've done wrong in the past. I was not as kind as I should be. The reason why I haven't done it yet is because, I don't want to make it awkward. There's 2 guys from my previous job I'd love to go back in time and just completely tell off because they're awful. However, I'm not going to do that because I would look psychotic. I would like to tell my parents and my sister how much I love them. I could do that now, but it's also that would be awkward and weird. Generally, I am an open person and will let people know how I feel if I'm asked. Question 34. Your house containing everything you own catches fire. After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be and why? I have a vintage watch from a great aunt that I would save. It is somewhat valuable and sentimental. So if I could carry multiple things, I would just probably take a lot of jewelry that I have from my grandparents that aren't necessarily valuable but are very sentimental to me. Question 35. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing and why? I would find my dad's death the most disturbing. In reality, he will probably die first, not anytime soon though. He is a workaholic and I can see that it's starting to weigh on him. He's emotionally exhausted and I want him to retire and rest, but I do not know when he's going to do it. If he died before he retired, that's not fair. In life, my dad did everything right, and I would be disturbed if he didn't get his well-earned rest. The hardest thing I've struggled with in my adult life is when you do everything right and you follow the rules and you still get a bad outcome. Life can be random and cruel, and I have a hard time comprehending the chaos. Question 36. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how they might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen. I don't know my purpose in life. I don't know what I'm doing or what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how to make the world better. I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know how to find meaning. And I don't even know if I'm capable of love, and I'm terrified of that. For the first time in my life, I feel regretful of the decisions that I've made, and I feel paralyzed about making new ones. Because what if I can't change my fate, or I change my fate and I end up in a worse situation? And generally, I just feel really lost right now. And that's why I am working on this goal. If I accomplish something I set out to do, then maybe I'll get back on track.